Abibalat Center for Transnational Education Needs Assessment Workshop. People that are at the back, you can move forward, please. We are starting right away. Thank you very much. So we start with the Abwa anthem. Please, only the Abwa anthem. Because of the time, we will not be able to run all the items. Technical team. Abwa anthem, please.
Abwad we come, oh, Abwad we come, Abwad we come, oh, Abwad we come, founded by a fan, Babalola, a believer in industry and determination, a unique environment with aesthetic structures, a beckoning university, delivery unequal, designed for high quality education to mold character and infuse knowledge how to lead others. Proud of Abwad, they launch a path to excellence with determination and faith in Abwad philosophy of industry, service and character. Our future for greatness and excellence is assured. And excellence is assured. And excellence is assured.
Thank you very much. Let's have our seat. So again, we are welcome to the second day of the pre-pilot workshop on transnational education. We have learned so much yesterday. I appreciate our leaders in the house, the founder, Are Afebuala, Yeyi Are, all principal staffs. We appreciate you. We appreciate our mommy, Professor Mrs. Elizabeth Ojo. You are welcome, ma. We appreciate you. Professor Oloni Shakin, we appreciate you, ma. We appreciate Professor Ogunkorode. We appreciate the Director of Nursing Services, Dr. Olukolade. We appreciate you, ma. We appreciate the Director of Academic Planning, Professor Ogumodede. Thank you for coming. We also appreciate the Director of Distant Learning. This is very, very essential for this program. Professor Ogunusi, you are welcome. Thank you for gracing these important occasions. We appreciate all the staff, all Abba students, all the team from the King's College London. We appreciate all of you. Thank you very much for wonderful work of yesterday. We have gained so much from the community providers, the learners, teachers, and employers yesterday. To continue this morning, I will invite Professor Fumi Oloni-Shakin again to give us some opening remarks before we go into the workshop activities of today. You are welcome, ma. Let's clap for her as a round of applause. She worked so hard to make sure that everything is organized. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, ma.
Good morning, colleagues and participants. Morning, how are you today? Very good, very fine. Thank you. I think we should just try to move on with what we did yesterday. Can I repeat? I'm seeing very few people. Here. Okay, I see. People are on the other side. Can you hear me on that side? Can you hear me? Yes? Good. Yesterday we had 8 groups in total. 4 groups of learners upstairs. Can I see hands up, learners in the room? On that side, do we have any learners in the room? Okay, I see your hands up. So can we, within the next 5 minutes, have all learners gather on that side, like we did yesterday, just so we know who's around? Then, at the other side, what did we have on that side? I think it was community providers. Community providers in the room, can I see your hands up? Thank you, thank you. Can you please go assemble on that extreme end of the room as you did yesterday? How many teachers are in the room? Thank you. Yeah, the teachers are quite committed. I really appreciate that. Can you please congregate again on that side so we see how many people are here? Employers in the room? Employers? Thank you. Can you please go to the extreme end? And the same colleagues who were with you yesterday will come to you on that side. Thank you. 1 hour to gather together, and we will be back in plenary by 11:15, please. 11:15.
Then support them and making parents to know that the reason why they are there, when the teaching is coming from school, a collaboration from the teachers and the parent will make the world easy and do well at home. We need not to teach them about certification alone. It's good to have certificates, but it is good to have skill. Skill is very important. That what you are doing, you'll be able to put them into practice. And so when this center is going on, they need to go beyond the 4 walls of the classroom of learning and let them go into field. Let them do it, ability to do it alone. And when they come out with whatever product, then they'll be able to be corrected and become a better person. So many other things with the scores, talking about human relationship, interpersonal relationship, then communication skill. The younger ones need to know this day that communication skill is very important. Knowing how to talk to people, knowing how to talk to a customer, knowing how to talk to leaders, knowing how to talk to subordinates, and making them to come together to have a good work done together. And this one, if all of these are brought together into this transnational education, it makes them to become a better one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's a very good contribution. We appreciate the employers group. Now we go to the teachers. Teachers group 1. For Ondo State, people that who is representing them, let's clap for them. Teachers group 1.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Alukoladapo John, so from the teacher's corner there. So we talked about 2 main questions, and the first question is, how can young people be helped? So these are the few points that were discussed in the class. The first one is the pupils should be placed on group learning, whereby both the fast learner and the slow learner can come together and work together, because this will actually aid the slow learner by seeing the fast learner demonstrating. So by bringing them under group learning, to actually aid all those people to actually get what was being passed on to them. So the second thing that we look at is we should ensure that there is a program that will allow them to interact with students across other countries, maybe all other African countries or across the world. And thank God for the artificial intelligence that's being invoked now. So we can actually create like an online conference that can actually bring the students together by them interacting together, sharing ideas together, then they can come and work as a team. This will actually help them to actually gain from each other. And another point that was being made is that they should ensure that there is a focus on young people, and parents should understand the different kind of education and the schools that are available. What we are trying to say is that there should be a creation of centers that can actually help the talent of students. Like when we are talking about talent, maybe sport, art, there should be an educational platform created to actually help their talent. That's why we have the sports centers, we have the art and others. So an educational platform should actually be created to aid their talent. When the talent is being discovered, then there should be an educational platform that can actually help them, because we have, over time, we have seen that there are some students that cognition-wise, they are not that effective, but they are good in form of talent, maybe music. So we have music schools across. So there should be an educational platform that can actually help their talent. Now, another thing that we talked about is mentorship. Another way to actually help the young people is by mentorship. When they see people that can serve as a guide, as a light to them, this will actually encourage the young people to, because what mentorship does to them is bringing them into where the person that is actually mentoring them is. So it serves as a light and as a guide to the young people. So the last but not least that we talked about is we should help them to focus on students accessing scholarship. Yes, this is another means by which young people can be helped, by giving them, granting them scholarship, grants, and all. This will actually help them to scale high to any point they actually want to go to in their purpose or in their dream. So to the second question that we actually treated, how can teachers be helped? So the first point that we actually talked about is proper remuneration, especially in rural areas. When we are talking about proper remuneration, it's incentive, but because there is this terminology that has been put in the mindset of the young ones that they are being taught now, that teachers are not being paid well. Some people even resort to teaching just because there's no job out there. But when teachers are properly paid, this will actually help and encourage. It will actually reset their cognition. It will give them a balance to teach the students when they are being paid. So part of the people that ought to be paid in the country as a profession is teaching. So teachers should be encouraged by giving them a proper remuneration. Another point that we talked about is in-service training, helping teachers assess this after training and once they are in the classroom. When we're talking about in-service training, is organization of maybe to organize like seminars, workshops, whereby these teachers can actually upgrade and upscale their skill as a teacher. Not because, and we actually talk this to the fact that teachers that are actually teaching in the classroom must be actually prepared for seminars, workshops, and there should be a platform for international meetings and seminars like that that can actually aid the teachers. This will actually help and improve teachers teaching students in the classroom. We talked about resources in terms of teaching aid, because we realize more of teaching in, let me say, in Nigeria is based on theory, but it can actually be advanced to the practical level by providing teaching aids yes, that we actually, and there was a issue that was being raised in our class talking about practicals like laboratories, because there are some subject that you want to teach in class like chemistry. If you want to teach acid and base, you need practicals to actually make this real for the students. So teaching aids must be supplied to the teachers. This will actually help the teachers and it will minimize their working rate. We talk about the issue with the curriculum by subject and encourage it to be more widely adopted where it is good and reformed where it is not. Yes, we are talking about, we actually talked about the curriculum. The curriculum is good, but the implementation is what we are having issue about. So the implementation of curriculum should be actually looked into, that it is well implemented and adopted all over the country, in Nigeria. So we also talked about making sure that the most qualified teachers are the most financially rewarded. Yes, we talked about that teachers should be encouraged, yes. Another thing that we talked about was we need more teachers, as the pressure can be too much for one teacher, especially when teaching outside of their subject. Yes, we have seen this across the state, that a single teacher can actually be taking up to like 2 or 3 subjects. The same teacher teaching physics can be taking chemistry. This will serve as a workload for such a teacher. So we need more capable hands. We need professionals to be actually employed to help the teachers so that the workload will be evenly distributed. So we also talk about international conferences and meetings between teachers, bringing teachers together to help reform and change ideas. As we are often not gathered, it is important to learn from others. Yes, we are talking about international conferences where teachers from across the federation can come together and share ideas. Yes, and we even talked about this, that this should be looked into, whereby teachers that are in class, they actually know what the students need. So they should be taken out for these conferences, and they should ensure that the incentive that are being given in these international conferences should actually get to them. So this is all what we are able to capture together in our class. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Now we call the second group of teachers at the other side here. Teachers representing Ekiti State. Let's clap for her. The louder we clap, the faster we get here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ojo Abimbola. I am here to bring out the few points that we've discussed about on education. And the question that was being asked are, in an ideal scenario, what do you think could make a difference in young ones? Then the few points have been mentioned. Then to avoid repetition from what is being said earlier on, I have a few points to make mention of. The first one, how can the center contribute help? The second question goes like this: how can the center contribute, help, or make a difference? The first options are organizing training or seminars for teachers with certificates. With looking at the example of what we are experiencing now, we really appreciate it, and we realize it will go a long way. Going back to our area of teachings, we are going to make use of some of the things we are being taught, even despite the fact that we are the one that brings out those points. But it makes us to flash back to those things that we were being taught in school, and which we will never take the opportunity for granted. Then the second point, provision of sick bail. This goes a long way. The students will be able to benefit
Whenever there is an urgent emergency, there will be people to save the young ones. Then making sure counselors are in each learning centers. We have a lot of students, children coming from each angles. Some of them, they have issues at home. And when they get to school, they are still overwhelmed. They are still on this issue from home. Maybe parents having issue with their fathers and mother having issue with each other. So these ones affect when we are teaching. But when there is provision of guidance and counseling, at least once in a week, these children will be able to come out of their problem and face the future squarely. Then creation of school libraries. There are some students that couldn't afford the textbooks. When there is a standard library in the school, those that couldn't get the textbook from home, they will have access to it when they are in school. Then they'll be able to do their assignments as well. Then we said creating training for the students, especially the skills outside school. Our teaching shouldn't be limited to math and English alone. There must be skills outside the school activities. This also motivates them in coming to school. It also encourages them in learning. Then rewarding good performance. The good ones that are really doing well, when we encourage them, the weak one will also come up. Learning center with internet facilities, especially in the rural area. There are some students that doesn't have access to laptop at home. They don't know how to operate. When you talk of going to so center, they don't know what it's all about. Or browsing, they don't even know it. They've not heard it. They've not seen a browsing phone alone before. So when there are provision of internet facilities, it boosts their learning. I go further, making mentioning of bringing teachers to learn from each other. No, as the saying is, nobody is an island of knowledge. Well, at least we'll be able to liaise among each other, and the weak one will be able to get 1 or 2 points from the good ones. Provision of teaching tools like projector, it also helps learning. Students must be able to evaluate the teachers. This makes the teachers to sit up, at least in a class of 10. When students can say 4 or 5 students or 6 can give good qualification of a teacher, this will make the teachers to sit up, that what will my students say of me if I'm not be able to cover the syllabus? Then students must be able to training in a professional. Teaching is a profession, as we all know. Teaching is a profession. Before any teacher is being given promotion, there must be a proper training. Like in the medical field, you cannot say because you've come out of education, you are a BSc in medicine, that means you can go to all levels of practicing. So teachers also must be able to go into training before they are being given promotion. So with all these few points of mine, I think if all these points are being put into consideration, students will be able to learn fast, and teaching will be a fun among our young ones.
Thank you very much. Now we call the community providers. They will talk to us in 5 minutes. Let's clap for them as they come. They really show community, they work in groups. Thank you.
Good morning. We are representing the community groups, and my name is Isaiah Olaleye, and
Onyade Olatubosun.
Thank you. We have two questions we'll be dealing with, and they are if all the problems that we have mentioned yesterday has been handled or solved, if resources were no longer the problem, then what will make a difference for young people? Then how can this center make the difference? So we have the question of what and how. I will be handling the what, and my partner will be handling the how. Number one, I will just speak to read because of our time. We will have the community where young people find conducive environment to fulfill dreams. If all these resources have been put in place, we will have a community where young people will find a conducive environment to fulfill dreams. And number two, the education will be affordable for an average young person. Number three, we have a community free from crimes and atrocities. So if all these resources have been put in place, our community will be free from crimes and atrocity. Number four, there will be low rate of unemployment. Then there will be reduction in poverty. Then another thing is the dynamic nature in young people will be able to come out. Then there will be a structure. There will be a structure in our system. Then there will be increase in skill maximization. Then young people will have accessibility to educational resources. Then young people will channel their potentials to right cause. Every young person is having potential. So if all these resources have been put in place, it will help them to channel the potential to right cause. Then they will have access to quality education, world-class education. Then there will be no distraction for young people. There will be nothing to distract them again. Then, if all these things have been put in place, the talents of young people will be discovered. So that will be talent discovering for young people. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, without wasting much of our time, because during the discussion, we got to know that some of the groups presented things we would love to talk about. So I'll just keep some of them. Of course, we look forward to the center offering scholarship, because most of these people, as a grassroots person that we've been able to identify, are less privileged. And so even if these opportunities afforded them, they might not be able to meet up with the tuition fee, if there be any. So we look forward to it being a free education process. Then, of course, if there will be fees, maybe there should be a process for installmental payments. Then we look forward to assistance in terms of human and material resources. And then, of course, we know one of the major problems in Nigeria is employment. And that's why we have the Jackpot syndrome. We have a lot of our young ones, even the older ones, moving abroad. So we believe that upon graduation of some of these privileged students, there'll be privilege of absorbing them into relevant places where they can get employment. Then we also discuss about psychosocial support, because as a grassroots person, we see a lot of children from abused homes, physically, sexually, and we see brilliant minds among them. And some of them are held up in the transit home, though of course the state government is doing its best to give these children the best education they can afford. So we believe that such children, if they are absorbed into this program, psychosocial support can also be afforded to them. Then also we talked about informal education. So we look forward to talent hunt. We look forward to talent acquisition, skill acquisition, let me put it that way, from some of these pupils, because some of them really, it might not be the formal education that will be worthwhile for them. so that such set of people will not be left out. Then we also talked about timely academic calendar. There should be consistency in the calendar for the school. Then also we talked about, we talked about moving away from mentorship. A lot of leaders are mentoring, but we are not sponsoring. So we look forward to these center. After mentoring all these young ones, let's also sponsor them in whatever area of their career they have chosen to delve into. We sponsor their establishment so that whatever has been put in can be regained. Then we also talked about capacity building, training of trainers, so that, like somebody said, so that they will not become rubbished. Because if you are still offering knowledge you acquired years ago, it's of no use now. So we talked about capacity building for as many that will be trainers. Then we also talked about partnership with appropriate quarters for stakeholders, like NYC is missing here, National Orientation Agency is missing here, the Ministry of Education is not here, persons living with disabilities, and then the gender-based violence group, support group, should also be sourced so that we can have their buy-in in this program. Then we should initiate a campaign to sensitize young ones and their parents on the importance of education. Like there's a slogan in Nigeria now, they say education is a scam. But I know that it's not a scam because it has worked for me. So let's let them know that it can work for every other person if you do it the appropriate way. Then we said we should give young people orientation about distant learning. Like I said, the issue of internet is not going away very soon. So if these pupils are afforded the privilege of schooling online, how do they join online when the network facility is not available? So probably if there could be a place where they can come to, because we have so many of them in the interiors. So there's no way they can access internet. There's a place where they can be brought together and then they access the class, they go back to their homes. I guess it will go a long way with the assistance of the center. Thank you very much. We're grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we go to the learners now. So we call on the learners group 1. The representative of learners group 1. Learner group 1 people? Yes. You can come. Let's give them a round of applause. If you are moving very fast, right? You are getting permission. Very fast. Hope you are getting permission.
Good day, everyone. My name is Akinola Kofoworola, and we would like to appreciate our leaders for this opportunity. And so today in our group, we had 2 questions, and my partner here and I are going to be giving out the answers we got from the questions. So first, I'd like to give my partner the floor.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. From our group, number 1 question is, if those barriers are not there in an ideal situation, where would you see yourself? Now, we mentioned some barriers yesterday that we are fixing as a student, especially in Nigeria, and we talked about finance, poor education system. We talk about family background. There are some people that their family background limits them to access quality education. So if those barriers are not there, and the question is that, where would you see yourself? Where would I see myself? And one of the things that we conclude in our group is that there will be confidence in us. There will be confidence. There will be confidence because we will be able to defend ourselves outside there that, yes, I'm a qualified medical doctor. Some of us cannot boldly say that outside. Some of us cannot boldly say that outside. Imagine a 400 level student of physics that cannot handle digital equipment. Of course, in most of our public schools, we don't have access to it. Even the analog, we don't have access to it. So we are denied of this confidence. We will not be able to express ourselves outside there. So we need this quality education should be something that is going to be a top priority that we give ourselves to. All right, thank you.
My second point is I'm going to feel that there is a guarantee that I can conveniently work with what I studied in school. Like my partner said, some of us cannot defend our certificate because the education we got in school is not quality. So if those barriers were not there, I'd be able to defend my certificates. And then I'd feel that everything I went through in school is worth it. Presently, I'm able to be here because the school I studied, the College of Education Nursing I study in Ibadan, is currently on strike. Now, that kind of barrier is a lot for me, considering my age and a lot of things. If that barrier was not there, I'd be done at the appropriate time. So I'll feel that all the stress I went through in school is worth it. Now to the second question, what can Abwa Center for Transnational Education do to help us achieve our vision and dreams? I'll give my partner the floor.
All right, thank you so much. Number one thing that this center can do for us is that to help people discover their purpose. And that's the number one thing. Because there are some people outside there that they are just studying English and their passion, their purpose in life might be music. So we need people that will help them to discover who they are, to discover their purpose, and to work in it. Thank you.
Secondly, we need mentorship and coaching. We need to be paired with experienced professionals for guidance and support, and not leaving us to figure things out ourselves. We obviously need this help. So many of us know what we want, but we don't know how to go about it. So we need professionals that can help us in various fields and passions that we have.
Yeah. Another thing that this center can do for us is to organize skill acquisitions that will help people. In terms of, apart from education, we have another thing that we can do to influence our society. And then after organizing this kind of skill acquisition, there should be proper mentorship. As my partner said, there should be proper mentorship. We don't just, train people. We need to, keep in touch with them to know if they are making impact with it.
Another point is to make sure that whatever the center is bringing to us is affordable by someone who's below average. We all know the situation of the country, the situation of the masses these days. So we'll urge the center to please make sure that whatever they are bringing to us is affordable by an average person or someone who's below average.
Another point that we have here is financial assistance and scholarships. Financial assistance and scholarship. Most of us, for us to get quality educations, for us to get this quality educations is very high. The cost is very high. So if the center can help in terms of giving us scholarship to oriented people, I say something in my group, not just giving out scholarship to people. We have some people that, they are in first class, they are in all these things, but they are not that intelligent. So we have people that are even below the class that are still intelligent. So all these things should be looked into. Financial support. And I also made mention of something that I tagged academic loan in terms of when we can have a kind of organization that can sponsor people through their educations, and after the sponsorship, they get in job, they will get them a job. Then from their salary, they will be removing the money from their salary that they have used to sponsor them in their academics. It's something that they can look into.
Our last point will be creating disciples or branches. We really appreciate these, and we want this to go far and wide. We need more branches so that people can be aware of these and can also benefit from it, so that our lecturers can upgrade themselves, students can upgrade themselves, entrepreneurs can also benefit from this. And the last but not the least is technological advancement. Like I said in my group, so many people cannot afford a small Android phones, or if they add means to technology, they would do better, acquire skills, online skills to help themselves. So we really believe that with this point, we've been able to convince you all. Thank you so much.
That's very, very rich. Thank you very much for that great idea and great contribution. Let's clap for them again. Then we call on the learners group 2. Do we have group 2 in the house? Let's clap for them. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Faith Oluwatobiloba Aditiba. So I'm presenting on the learners group 2. So we have 2 questions here, and the first question is, without the hindering factors, where do you see yourself? Like, without the hindering factors, where do you see yourself? So the first point is pursue nursing career, and the second one is to enroll school to a nursing career as a full-time student, starting a business to generate funds, then pursue animal consultant career. The fifth one is have access to wider audience as a public speaker, and the last one under that is further education. So that is all we have about the first question. And the second question is, what can we do to help you achieve your vision or dream? Under that, we have scholarship opportunities. Second one is provision of job opportunities. Then training and education on necessary development skills. Access to quality and relevant mentorship. Then we have financial support to meet basic needs. And the last one under that is provision of networking opportunities. That's all we discussed about. Thank you.
Let's give him a round of applause. Very, very sharp and short. Then learners group 3. Do we have group 3? Let's clap for them. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Oluwabumi Ezekiel, and my partner here is
Fake Busayo, representing Group 3.
All right, so the first question that we have is, without obstacle, if there have not been obstacle, what would you be able to achieve? And our group were able to mention so many things that we will have been able to achieve. I think there were not obstacles on our way. And one of it is we will have been able to reach our full potential. We have some of us that mentioned they have the interest of becoming an artist, and someone who actually also have an interest in the parts of being a dancer. Because of obstacles, they could not achieve that. But then, I didn't mean there were no obstacles at all. They will have been able to reach their full potential. We also have people who said they will have been pursuing their passion. Someone who have the mind of becoming a medical doctor will have been on that path, possibly being in medical school by now, studying medicine and surgery. But because of obstacles, they could not do that. We also have people who said they will have freely explored their interests. And someone who said he wants to be a renowned business tycoon, who will have owned his or her own business and also give back to the society. We have people who said they also will have been able to make a meaningful impact to the society. We have someone who have an interest of becoming a philanthropist, who will have been helping people around. We also have some of us that mentioned being able to reach the pinnacle of their profession. Someone who have the mind of traveling out of the country to also study, further their studies as well. We have someone also who make his own contribution that will have been able to create something truly innovative and groundbreaking, being able to go into the research fields to make research and explore well. We have someone also who said he will have been able to contribute much more better to the society and build a better world. I didn't mean they were able to achieve, or without this obstacle, they were able to achieve their goals. Thank you.
On second part, what can ABC do to help us achieve our vision or dream? The first part is skill development. ABC Center can provide training to every participant by noting their skills and then developing it. Then the second one is goal setting. We guide participants in setting their goals and achieving it. Thirdly, networking. Provide opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals, mentors, and reputable individuals too. Support system. A lot talked about support system, mostly financial aspects. And some also talked about scholarship. Then, expert guidance. Offer insights and guidance from experienced professionals. For example, people in engineering field, tailors, engineers. We also have mechanics. I feel like if we have enough experts to provide guidance, then they'll be able to do more and they'll be able to bring out a lot in the society. The first one is empowerment. If individuals are empowered, the first thing ABC Center can do to help them is creating a setting to train everyone generally. After training everyone generally, then we'll know their weakness and strengths. After noting their strength and weakness, they'll develop their strengths and then empower them. After empowering them, they'll also train them again and then empower them with funds. Then also tell those people they've trained to empower others too. Because ABC Center told us yesterday that they want to train 1 million people within the time frame of 10 years. And I feel like if they can empower people, train them and empower them, they'll be able to do so, even train more than 1 million people within 10 years. The last point is building resilience. Teaching coping strategies and techniques to overcome their goals and stay focused. When you teach people how to cope with stress, and when you teach people how to tackle their problems, they'll be able to concentrate and bring more out to the society. So these are our points. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate them once again. Thank you very much. Then we call on the last group, learners group 4. Learners group 4. You are welcome.
Good day, everybody. I first of all appreciate the group of people that coordinate this program for us, that give us an opportunity to be here today. The Lord will be with you all in Jesus' name. Well, I'm here to do a little recap about our questions in our classes. We have question that says, what are we passing through when we are seeking job from organization or from group of people? So we have a lot of challenges, like giving us a job that we are not qualified for. Maybe for a person that have a certificate, and you gave the person a lesser job that is lesser than the certificate that he has. In that situation, it brings a lot of frustration alongside. We wanted to deliver the job that we were employed for. That what is at the back of our mind is even more than the job that granted to us. At times, it gives frustration. It gives us a little step back in what we are supposed to be delivered. Second question. He said, what are we here to achieve for our future as a learner? Oh, a lot of things that we are here to achieve is to seek more help for us to reach our destination in education, for us to have a better future. If the organizer can give us a better help to help us, giving us an assistance in terms of education. What are the motivative that this program gives us? It gives us more knowledge about who we are and what we can become tomorrow. The first point is, who is motivating us to get more education, and where we can still go to in education. As we are seeing presently, our mother used our father as an example, that at his age, the age that he was when he acquired the first degree and the certificate that he has as at today, that we should not just look down on ourselves, that irrespective of any age that we have, we can still move further in education and have a better tomorrow. We need to be focused in whatever we want to do. If anybody wants to distract us, maybe from family, from friends, that we don't need to look at it. Maybe you have grown older than your age, that you just want to go back to university, and you just want to go back to this or that. That we just need to remain focused on anything that we wanted to do and have a very good vision. We need to have a good vision on what we want to become, what we can still become in future in education. And we need to have a good person around us that will motivate us to do whatever what is at the back of our mind. If we are in an environment that discourages us, that we don't need to look side by side, to have one focus that in this life, I can still become a professor, I can still become a degree holder or whatever that we aims to become in life. They now ask us that what exactly are we expecting from King University? We now told them that we were focused, we have a lot from them if they can give us an opportunity to grant a scholarship for those people that, for all the participants that need it presently, so that it can give us a better future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate her. Let's clap for her. So we've learned so much from all the groups. Let's clap for ourselves. All the group has performed excellently well. We have done well. We have a robust discussion. We are able to collect so many informations. And most of the questions has been answered from the teachers, learners, community leaders, from every group. And now we are at the wrap-up session. I know you are still working on some of those documents. I don't know the name, but I will call on Professor Fumi Olonishakin to call on the representative from the King's College to give us. Adeoti Tikpeolu. I hope I'm right. So please come up. Let's clap for her to give up the wrap-up session. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think I'm just here on behalf of my colleagues to say thank you so much for coming back for day 2 and for being with us over the last 2 days for these pre-pilot workshops. We really appreciate you taking time out for that. You shared a lot of information with us today, and we're very, very grateful. It's been really, really enriching to hear where the gaps are when it comes to youth in the context of Ekiti and Ondo in particular, and Nigeria in general. And this information has given us a sense of what needs to be done. What are we looking at? What is the situation in these contexts, both from the side of the community providers and employers, but also from the youth themselves who have shared their learning, their personal journeys with many of us. So now we will go and we will triangulate all that data we've collected, which will help us with the curriculum design. As we said, this is a pre-pilot workshop, so you will be seeing us next year as we are working towards piloting the first part of the program early next year. So as I said, you will see us next year. We have all your details. And between the Afa Babalola Center for Transnational Education and Abuad, we will be in touch with all of you. We will communicate with you in due course. And we definitely look forward to working with all of you together on this journey as we move forward. So thank you.
Let's appreciate her. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you very much. Then we call on our mommy, Professor Elizabeth Ojo, the Dean of Nursing Sciences, to address us, to give us more information on this pre-pilot workshop, need assessment workshop, and all the things that we have done within the 2 days. You are welcome, ma.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been amazing, isn't it? I can't hear your loud yes. I know you have gained one thing or the other since yesterday. First of all, we give God the glory for giving us this beautiful environment and the enablement to be partakers of this workshop. I sincerely thank the King's College people, ably led by our ever amiable Professor Fumi Olonishaki, a very intelligent, amiable, focused, and I can go on and on. You need to be very close to her to appreciate her virtues. When I see her, I admire her. I appreciate her. Thank you very much, Prof, for always being there. You are part of us in our board, and we know we are going to places. I thank all the other members, all our friends from King's College. We are partners in progress, and I know it's not ending with this workshop alone. There's still many more to come. I sincerely want to thank all the participants, especially those people from Akure and Ondo. They were asking for letter of invite, and everything we do was just on telephone. The letters came late, and not minding that, they were all here. All the names that were registered, they all came, and they are still here. Thank you so much. I know you have gained something, and you have something to take back home, I am sure. And for our people in Ekiti State, thank you so very much for coming. We love you. The Father loves you, and he wants your progress. That is his focus. And each time he keeps on saying, education is the key rock, is the key to success. And we should not lose focus. Don't say you are too old, and this and that. Keep on progressing, and don't ever lose your vision and mission, and you will get there. This is a starting point to encourage you to keep on hoping that, yes, one day my vision will be met. So I thank everybody here, and I wish you safe journey back to your destinations. The King's College and the people from Harvard here, we keep on communicating. It's not going to end here. It's the beginning of a good relationship. So once again, thank you very much for coming. We should safe journey back home. Thank you.
Let's clap better for Professor Ojo. Thank you very much. So we are now at the end of the event, end of the workshop. Let's wait for our lunch. The next thing is lunch. Then people can take photograph, pictures, you can exchange contacts, and that's all. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you very much. All the people from Akure, people from Ondo, please come forward to see Professor Ojo. Yeah, please. Thank you very much. Please be free. You can take pictures and walk around as we get our lunch. Thank you. Okay, let's come here for group photograph. Group photograph for the participants, facilitators, and to this side of the hall. Please, let's come for group photograph. We are waiting for you. Let's come to this side so that the photograph, everybody should be captured. Let's come here.